There we go. Awesome.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Good evening to all of you. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, whatever your time zone. If we haven't met yet, my name is Jade and I am from the UK. I am a mother and as well as digital entrepreneurs. And today is Friday, and we usually have our interview every Wednesday, but our guest speaker is only available this time. She is very, very special, and I owe her a lot because of her. Now I can face the camera.
Yay!
It's because of her that I've learned how to face the camera. She invited me before for her International Women Summit. I was one of the speakers, 20 speakers. So she is really awesome. She is a coach. She is a health professional guru, an international organizer. Oh, I really, really salute her. She is awesome. Without much further ado, please help me welcome Miss Karen Roberts.
Oh, bless you. What an introduction is that? Oh, my goodness. Thank you for having me, Jade.
Oh dear. All the mommies, if you are watching right now, please leave a comment. If you have any question, you can ask us and we will get back to you later. And if you will be watching for our replay later, please let us know also and leave a comment also. We would be glad to hear from you because today this is not for our kids, this is for us, for mommies now. And today's topic is about regaining our self-confidence, regaining our, those beauties that we've lost because we've given birth, and how to ditch those diets. Me myself, I was dieting really hard. And it's so difficult to lose weight when you've given birth already because all the bulges comes from everywhere. So now, please, yeah, let us know about yourself and so that we will know more about you, your background, everything.
Okay, well, so what can I say? I come from the fitness industry, fitness, and I've always been a therapist as well. So I heal. So if I hurt you doing the fitness, I can heal you afterwards. You know, it's a complete it's a complete package. So always doing a lot of sport, always teaching a lot of classes, but probably my first experience of how it feels to really lose weight was after my first child, who, oh my goodness, well, she's 21 now, so it's quite a while ago. So even though I was even teaching a lot, I think I put on about 5 stone. So a stone is 14 pounds wherever you are in the world, if you don't understand stone. So quite a lot. And I can remember how it felt just after having given birth, and thought, this is my business, so I've got to lose the weight, right? So I can remember going into a health club and getting on an exercise bike, and literally 3 minutes in thinking, ugh, I want to get off. I want to get off because they can see me. And they'll know if I've gotten off after 3 minutes. And I hated it. And I remember thinking, I'm going to have to find another career because this is terrible. But yes, like you say, when you've just had a baby and you want to lose that baby weight, it took me a long time. And, dieting, when we talk about dieting, as in reducing calories, it's a really hard slog, and because it really doesn't work. And every time you think you've lost a little bit, and then you feel guilty, you go through this real emotional roller coaster. Would you agree?
Yes.
It just it took a long time to get there. But I think we've been wrong.
You've started a lot of these kind of stuff. What are the diet programs, plans, or diet names that
Well,
meet these
I've
days?
I mean, you know, I have to say that over the years, I reckon I've tried them all. You know, I can remember the Cambridge diet. I can remember doing a cabbage soup diet.
Oh yeah, I did that.
Yeah, right, okay. You know, I can remember trying Atkins. I reckon I've tried them all. And if any of them have worked temporarily or I've lost a little bit, I've always regained. So it wasn't until, so I was in the fitness industry 24 years. So 3 years ago, I left and became an online coach. So, you know, this chair got a little bit too comfortable. And I put on about 40, I think it was over 40 pounds in a couple of years because I wasn't exercising. My food choices had really got pretty bad. And I got to the stage where I really wasn't feeling good. I mean, my children are grown, so I didn't even have that excuse that I had that I'd given birth. But I really wasn't feeling good about myself. So I looked online, thought, oh, this is new. Looked at the keto diet, thought, oh, you know, I'll give this a go. And it worked so well, as in, you know, in the past when I've tried to stick to diets, I might be able to stick to it religiously for a couple of weeks and then I give up. Whereas this, it was just so easy to stick to and the results were so fast.
So among all these plans, programs, and names, and with this keto diet is the best.
I from what I studied, because afterwards I went and studied it because I couldn't get my head around how well it had worked. So because I'd been in the industry, I needed to understand the science behind it. So from understanding the science and from doing it myself personally, absolutely, there's nothing out there that will work so well with your body as well. You know, it's the right way. You're doing it the right way to actually lose fat as opposed to muscle or water, you know, and it's long term.
So dish the diet. How to do it? Let's go there.
So it is. You've got to get your head around. You've got to stop the calorie counting for starters. No more. It's got nothing to do with calories in, calories out. Okay. And the difference being that when you follow a more keto or low carb, high fat diet, the calories that you'll consume could possibly go up, right? Because fat, there's over double the amount of calories in a gram of fat as there is in a gram of protein or carbs. So basically the whole basis about what is the keto diet, what it means is, up until this point in time, most people, I would say everybody, is their bodies are used to burning sugar as a fuel, right? There are only two fuel sources, either, see here, two fuel sources, sugar or fat. And in the last 60 years, we have changed our diet so much that our bodies are addicted to sugar. And I'm not talking about just sweet stuff. So it's not just cake, biscuits, chocolate. I'm talking about bread, pasta, rice, white rice. Oh my God, there's so much sugar in white rice. Potato, all these things, bread, it all at the end of the day breaks down to sugar. So by following a low carb, high fat, you're switching. So you're lowering all of that. You're basically starving your body from sugar so that the body says, I need energy. Right, okay, hang on. There's another fuel source over here. It's called fat. And guess what? If you're overweight, you've got a lot stored, you know, in your pantry. Your pantry being your body. There's a lot stored. So why are we not using that? It's because we've made our body so addicted to the sugar, it's forgotten there's a whole fuel source stored and we're not using it. So the whole point behind following a keto diet is to encourage the body to, there's a new fuel and it's cleaner. We use it better. There's no waste product. So it's better for us, but it takes a while. That's the biggest problem. That's the biggest mistake people make. They think it's going to be instant. And just like giving up smoking, giving up alcohol, giving up anything that is an addiction, you can't do it overnight. It takes time. So it takes about 4 to 6 weeks to get your body used to this new fuel source. When you do, it's so liberating, because even when you go without food, so I combine my program with lots of fasting, so going without food. When you're addicted to sugar, you can't go without food. You get, does anybody get hangry? Yes. You get hangry. You know, if you haven't eaten, you get hangry. That's because you're addicted to sugar. When you switch to fat and you go without food, not a problem. Actually, it gives you mental clarity. You feel better. You have more energy because you've got stored fat.
Yeah.
So it can be used. So that's why it works. You're working with the body to use up the energy stores, and that's how our bodies are designed. That's the whole point of it.
Wow. How about couscous? Is it the carb?
It's carbs. I'm not saying carbs are bad, all carbs are bad. I mean, couscous out of all the ones that are possibly a better one, quinoa would be a better carbohydrate. It's all down to how much, if you've got weight to lose, you really want to keep your carb intake under, if you really got a lot of weight to lose, under 20 grams. But if you're sort of, you can go creep up to about 50 grams. So then you get to choose where those carbs from. Personally, I prefer all my carbs to come from vegetables rather than to come from starchy carbohydrates like couscous.
Oh, okay. With keto diet, how much weight we can possibly shed in what period of time?
I mean, it's very much how long is a piece of string. However, with traditional diets where it's all based on calories, you would be told that it's only healthy to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. That's rubbish. Absolute rubbish. You could drop 14 pounds in your first month, no problem. Even more.
Wow.
Obviously, it depends how big you are, how much weight you've got to lose. But this notion of it's only healthy to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, otherwise you're losing muscle and water, is a myth. That is based on the calories in, calories out model. We're looking at no. We're looking at something completely different. And in which case, when you do it, there really is, I wouldn't say no limit. I'm sure there is a limit, but within, generally there's, you can lose as much as you want to lose.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Because when you're only losing 1 to 2 pounds, if you're anything like me, I could feel like if I went on a binge, I could probably put on half a stone in a weekend. So for me, to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week is of no use to me, because if I felt that I've been starving myself and being really good, and at the end of the week I get on the scales and I've only lost a pound, I'm not going to feel very motivated to keep going. So then I'm going to eat and actually gain weight. And that is part of it. That is why, in general, people will regain the weight, because it's based on bad science. Bad science. Our bodies are not designed to just reduce calories, because if it thinks that it's going into starvation, it will hold on to everything, but because it doesn't care what you look like. It just wants to survive. So if you're reducing your calories by going on a diet, it's going to think, right, hang on, we need to save energy and keep hold of these calories. Whereas you want the opposite when you want to lose weight. You want your body to go, yeah, burn it, baby, burn it.
The problem with most of the women, especially Asian, maybe because we have rice. I'm not really a rice eater, but we have lots of food that produces rice, right? With me, it's really difficult to lose weight, and it's very easy to gain weight.
Yes. Well, my advice is, I mean, I'll go and, I can still go out and eat Chinese, Thai. I'll eat a lot of Thai food, but I would ditch the rice. You've really got to ditch the rice. The rice, there's so much. When rice breaks down, it's sugar. It is sugar. So increase the vegetables. I have your protein and veg, but you want to have, in the beginning, you want to be consuming fat. And I'm not talking about milk. I'm talking about, I don't know, avocados, full fat cream, other cheeses, not milk, because you need the energy. Okay, after 4 to 6 weeks, you can actually lower your fat content because now your body recognizes that fat as a fuel.
Yeah.
If you lower your fat intake from your food, your body can say, oh, well, yeah, we can get the fat from the body now. So that's how it works. You don't stay. I wouldn't advise anybody to stay what is classified as keto forever. It's not a long-term thing. You do keto for a specific reason to get your body used to burning fat. Then you can have mainly protein like fish or meat with lots of vegetables and reduce your fat content because your body's going to burn it. Does that make sense?
Yes, right. Oh, yeah. Now I learned a lot. So what are the most important traits or characteristics that we should have to maintain health?
Right. So this is one thing. And recently I myself did a blood test and realized I was out of balance. So although I promote a high fat diet and low carb, for health, when we're talking about the health of our cells, and obviously, we're in the midst of a crisis, so we want to have a boosted immune system, it's actually very important to get the ratio between your omega-6s and 3s in the right ratio. What I mean by that is your omega-3s would be fish oils, fish, oily fish. Now, I knew I'd be out of balance because personally, I don't eat oily fish. I very, very rarely eat salmon, and that's not really one of the higher ones. I don't eat herring or anchovy. What else would be classed as mackerel, maybe? Or maybe olives. Olives would have a high concentrate of omega-3s. And for health reasons, we want a ratio of 3 to 1. So omega-6, 3, for every 3 lots of omega-6, we have a lot of omega-3s. And I was well out of balance. I mean, ridiculous. Mine was about 18 to 1. Now, what impact this has on your health actually is quite a lot. So for me, 18 to 1 was, that can cause a lot of inflammation in the body. And it also, so when you eat your food, the nutrients, the vitamins and the minerals, the nutrients have to pass through your cell. Every cell has a membrane, like a wall. So if the wall is thick, and it becomes thick if you've got too many omega-6, the nutrients from your food can't pass through. It can't get through. So you don't utilize the nutrients, right? So this could be why, I don't know, some people may have a problem absorbing calcium or something. It might be due to this fact. If your cell membrane is too thick and you're not able to use the nutrients from the foods that you're eating, or even if you were taking a food supplement, If the cell wall is thick enough, you're not gonna be taking advantage of all those supplements. So that is really, really important. So olives, and a lot of oily fish. If not, you can balance it out. You can balance it out by taking a specific, not the fish oils that you get in the supermarket or the health shops, but very, very specific to address this balance. That is going to help your overall health. Vitamin D, so sunshine.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be hugely important with regards to, again, how much you actually can utilize the nutrients that you're getting. So you want a good vitamin D supplement, ideally with vitamin K, K3 in there as well. Also, obviously, your antioxidants, to have a strong immune system, we need the vitamin C, A, C, and E, the antioxidants. Now, from a health point of view, I would say, to start your day, ideally, I would say lemon water. A very powerful thing to do would actually be using an organic, not waxed, but an organic lemon. Make sure it's clean. Put it in a freezer so it's frozen. Get it out the freezer. Grate some rind off the lemon so you've got some of the zest. You could just sprinkle that on salad or add it to your lemon water. Now I know we've got to be careful what we say, but there have been, it has been said that that's 400 times stronger than certain known cancer treatments. What can I say? I have to be careful. But that's a really simple boost to your immune system.
Yeah.
From the common lemon, right?
Wow.
So lemon water. Anything else you would need? Apple cider vinegar. Something else amazing to help aid with digestion. Yes, make sure you're getting enough vitamins and minerals. You need your omegas. So I would really recommend a very good quality omega-3 oil. And then finally, the biggest, what I hear when people have tried going keto, even one of my clients got a keto rash. People complain about the keto flu and they feel lethargic, right? That is not because they're not getting enough electrolytes. Okay, electrolytes are what give you, well, it's like the spark of life, as it were. Your system needs these minerals. It's like the spark plug of a car. You need it, right? So we were told years ago that salt was bad for you. No, it isn't. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. We have to have sodium. It's an essential nutrient. We also have to have potassium. So sodium, potassium need to be in equal quantities. These electrolytes are what pushes water into the cells. So, for instance, a lot of people feel that they need to drink more water. So I've had people say to me, I drink 2 to 3 liters of water. And I'm like, that could be worse for your body. Because if you're just drinking plain water, it's like pulling the chain on the toilet. You're just flushing water through the system. You're just flushing all the essential minerals out of your body. Whereas the reason you're told to drink water is to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
So you want your cells. It's not like you just want water in your body. You want water in your cells. So sodium and potassium in equal quantities are the minerals that are going to push the water that you drink into the cells to remain hydrated. So electrolytes are key. So I recommend to my clients for every 2 liters of water they drink, they add, now what I do is I personally add 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, 1 teaspoon of potassium and 1/4 of a teaspoon of pure Himalayan sea salt per 2 liters of water, so that I'm getting all those electrolytes. Now, what I have found with my clients that I've worked with, they do not suffer from the keto flu.
Oh,
Get the keto rash. That addresses that side of things.
wow, that's really awesome. That's very, very informative. I know that we have lots of parents here that are really waiting for this episode and they ask me when are we gonna start because they want us to exercise. Yes, one of our Facebook audience said very informative. Thank you so much, Karen. Oh, Karen, I know that you have a store, you're a coach. How can they reach you and tell us all your products?
Right. Well, I work in quite a number of ways. I mean, as being a personal trainer, I don't just give my program out and that's it, you follow it. And the reason I don't is because, you know, just like I've said about the water with the electrolytes, I will just like to note, very important, if you are on any kind of medication for your heart, right, you need to check with your doctor first, okay? Which is why I only deal with clients that I've spoken to, because I would need to know if there are any medication you're on, need to know whether there are any medical issues. So that's step one. That is completely free consultation with me. From then on, I do have an online program with a complete 6-week meal plan that will take you from a sugar burning machine to a fat burning machine. And then there's also a package. You can have all the products in with that. So all the balance oils, the vitamins, the minerals, so everything. So there's a few, it depends on the person, depends what they want, how much weight they want to lose. Because I work, how shall I say it? I'm all about results. My programs tend to be just a 2-month program. Who wants to be on a diet for the rest of their life? No. So the whole program is designed to just get you to your goal. And I'm not saying, I mean, personally, I will never go back to a high carb, low fat diet. However, I don't have to be so low carb now. Do you know what I mean? So for people who just got a specific goal in mind, you do it for that amount of time, that strictly just to get you the result. The sort of maintenance phase is really quite, it's not a problem, right? Doesn't mean you're never going to eat ice cream again. Doesn't mean you're never going to eat, a sandwich. It's not like that. However, from a health point of view, I know that 80% of the time you're gonna stick to a low carb, high fat diet, not just because of weight loss, but because that's the healthy way of eating, right? So yeah, I do have a website, KarenRobertsCoaching.com. From there, you can just start with just book a call. I have to talk to anybody that wants to do this, because there would be a health and medical questionnaire that they would need to fill out, because yes, this isn't going to be for everybody. Specifically if they were type 2 diabetics, which I do work with. However, obviously they do still need to work in conjunction with their doctor. So this is a healthy diet. I have had clients that have not fully reversed their type 2 yet. However, they've reduced their medication needed for type 2 and they're on their way. But yes, so it would be down to having a conversation, seeing where you're at, and then I have lots of options and we work out what is the best option for that person.
Awesome. So mommies, if you have more questions, you can just send a message and you can just leave the comment and we will get back to you. And if you want to reach Karen, you can send me a message and I will pass you to Karen. And Karen is always here. Consultation is free. And you are on the very first step of your journey to gain your self-confident, so informative, so awesome. Thank you so much, Karen, for your time.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
me.
for that knowledge and wisdom, really, especially to us that we need to lose weight so badly, so badly. Thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate. And again, if there are more parents that wants to learn more, I hope we can invite you again.
Thank you, Jade. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody. God bless you.